hello, and welcome back to another episode of From My Vue. This is a very special episode because it's our Christmas episode.
Hi.
And we are in my mother's living room. This
Yes,
time.
we
We're
are.
not actually in the studio.
Nope.
Yeah. So we wanted to make it a very cozy episode. As you can see, we have our blankets, we have our matching pajamas,
Hot chocolate.
hot chocolate. Since this is going to be released on Christmas Eve, we wanted to
Right.
say Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yeah, happy holidays. So first of all, let's talk about just the studios that we've been in.
Mhm. Yeah,
So
we've had two studios, and I think I liked both of them, but they had their differences.
yeah.
Do you want to talk
Yeah.
about that?
Well, the first one we had to keep it as is. So the second one we could create our own. We had a kind of a funky little red background that we didn't like.
Gosh.
Yeah,
That was a
bad.
disaster.
Yeah, that was. So now I think that we've made it cute and we're happy with it. So
A lot
it's
of
nice. So
Trial and error.
yeah. Yeah. So
Mhm.
I was gonna ask you, since it's all about the holidays, how do you like working with your mom?
Oh, where do I even begin on that one? No, I'm just kidding. I hear so many two sides to it. Some people say, even from hearing some of the entrepreneurs we interviewed on the podcast, they say, absolutely, I do not want my family, my kids, anyone working for me. And then I hear some other ones say, you know what? It's such a blessing. And I would have to side with that it's a complete disaster. No, I'm kidding.
Wow.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, I would have to side where it's a complete blessing, and I couldn't have it any other way. I
Oh,
absolutely love working with my mom. She's my role model. She's the person I've looked up to ever since I was a child, and there's honestly no other better person to be working with than my mother. So,
well, I don't know if many of you know, but we have been working full time with CurbView up there. CurbView marketing for almost, well, gosh, in March it will be 4 years, and it's been great. We worked together really well. Madison's the oldest of four children, two girls and two boys, and it's been great. She's a very responsible young woman, and
well, thank you.
we've been having a good time. So
Mm-hmm.
I love you, and I'm proud of you.
Hey,
And
Mom.
I think we do really well together. So
I think so too.
yeah. So
It's been a lot of fun, and yeah, but I would love to get into.
what's that? Oh, we have a show to do. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right.
No,
Hold
I'm
on.
just kidding. No, I love every moment of it, and there's really, like I said, no other person I would want to be working with than my mother. So,
Well, thank you, Madison.
Mhm.
So this past season, we've had a lot of really incredible entrepreneurs,
Mhm.
and I definitely want to point out we have some really great moments with all of them, and they've all pointed out some really inspiring messages. Some of them, we talked about this before, but they've had a lot of similar messages
Mhm.
that
Oh,
we've
yeah,
noticed.
so
Yeah, a lot of similar things, and then a lot of them have very unique messages as well
Mhm.
that I wanted to point out. Um, did you want to start off with the first one?
yeah, I'll start off with the first one. Just kind of going into just a random order, honestly, but Mario from Mario's Early Toast, the
Oh,
episode.
it was great.
He was great, and it was very powerful, and it was really cool to hear an entrepreneur from the restaurant industry, since that's one of the industries we haven't worked with yet with marketing. So it was really neat to talk to him. His episode, if anyone wants to listen or watch, it's titled Life-Changing Choices, Faith and Entrepreneurship. So that's a really good one. That was when in our newest layout of our studio. So
Yeah, yeah,
that's really
definitely.
neat.
I really like the fact that he is so close to his family.
Mm-hmm.
He talks a lot about his kids
Yeah.
and about the love that he has for his mother.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
I love that, and his stepfather.
Yeah. That was a really powerful one. I loved hearing how he really didn't hold back with most of his stuff. He appreciates where he came from. He loves his family, but like we said, but he really didn't hold anything back.
Yeah.
He kind of just laid it all out and he's all, this is who I am. And I'm so proud of it. And this is what's made me the man I am today.
Yeah. His very strong faith.
Yes, very, very strong. That's been a very common factor with a lot of our guests have been faith,
Yeah.
which,
Faith in God.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's really powerful.
Yeah. Let's listen to a little bit about.
Yeah, a little snippet of Mario.
How I got into the restaurant business was I tore my ACL, and I remember getting really mad at God. I was really disappointed at God because I was blaming him for what was happening to me. So I had a Bible and I was slamming the Bible from wall to wall. I still have the Bible.
Wow.
And living in Burlingame, we would never close our main door at our house. My mother comes in visiting me and she heard me screaming on my own. So she walked upstairs to my master bedroom and she opens the door and she goes, "What are you doing?" And I remember you and your beep, 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 God. I went off. What did I ever do to him? I've been loyal and faithful to him. And my mom said, "Be careful what you say, Mario, because you don't know what God has for you in the future." So we go back to turning right,
Yes.
and God turning us left.
Yes.
So I told her, I said, I never done anything to him, Mom. I've been loyal and faithful to him. And she goes, "Mario, it's okay to be mad, but be careful what you say to him because you don't know what he has for you 2 years from now." And she said, "Instead of you feeling pity for yourself, why don't you get off your ass and do something for your life?" All I knew how to do was play soccer.
Yeah.
That was my only thing.
Yeah.
So I did. I got off my ass.
Yeah.
Went to talk to a friend of mine, and he started showing me restaurants in the Palo Alto area. So I went and opened up Celia's Mexican restaurant in the Palo Alto area because my father-in-law helped me.
Yeah, that was great. So our next one is Rita from Hanish Designs. She is so inspiring. She's so talented and she just an all-around good person.
Yeah, Rita is just one of those people that you can just feel the love and
Yeah.
just feel the warmth just from her because she's just an amazing person and she really wants to help everybody she possibly can.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So the one word that I will say about her podcast was impact. She talks a lot about first impressions, and about home staging and about, the reason why you stage homes is the first impressions matter.
Yeah.
So let's hear a little bit about the reason why you stage your home.
It's all about first impressions, right? And then people want to imagine themselves living there. So how do you do that for one with an empty home, right? There's no connection there.
No connection.
And then with a lived-in home, if it looks, cluttered and busy and full of, your kids' science projects on the dining table or whatever it is, or all the family photos from people, then you don't see yourself in there. So you kind of have to strip all of that out. Again, you don't want to neutralize to an extent where it's bare or cold feeling, but you want to still get the feeling of home, and but take out that personal piece, right? And it could be anything. And to give you an example, it's not just family photos, but it's your car in the driveway. So when you have an open house or showings, you want to park your cars down the road because people come up to the house and they're like, "Oh no, someone lives there." It starts there. That's that.
Okay.
And then it's anything from sports paraphernalia to religious or political things.
Yeah, you want all that gone.
You want that out because you, as a home seller, you want to open up your audience so wide to get to the most people so that you get to that end goal to sell it for more money and faster.
You know, after watching that and kind of revisiting, Rita is an amazing entrepreneur. And just talking about, she mentioned a lot about her family and her love for her mother and father and her time at IKEA, which is really neat because I never knew any employees or any workers that have ever been with IKEA. So it's kind of cool to like see
Yeah.
what goes on. So,
Yeah.
you know, we love Rita. She did an amazing job. So,
Yes.
the next one we wanted to talk about is Phil with Dirty Boots Coffee in the Elevated Group. He was actually our very first guest
Yes. He
in our
was.
first studio. And I remember he chatted with you saying, I want to be the first person because he has a podcast himself.
Yes.
Remember how he really wanted to be the first one to kind of help us out and stuff?
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
yeah.
So he was our very first. And what was the word that we thought of?
His was non-traditional.
Yes.
The word of the episode was non-traditional.
Yes.
Most likely because he spoke a lot about how it was kind of just a trend just to go into college. That's what everyone did, was they went into college, but he decided, no, I want to go into a trade school instead. And that's where he
yes, and he also talks about how nowadays, kids can start, right off the bat, go in and learn about, being a roofer or an electrician or get into the trades, and you can make, 6 figures.
Yeah.
And you don't have to go the college route.
Exactly.
And so non-traditional. That was fantastic. So he's
cool.
really inspiring. And
Yes.
he's a great person. So let's hear about his.
But I just remember going to that school, and it was easier. You started focusing on your trade. Now I look back at that and I go, how awesome that. And I actually have a call with my school tomorrow. I reached out to them and said, hey, here's what I'm doing. Back then I looked at this school as the dum-dum school, and now I'm looking at it as it's the smarter choice, for people, because somebody can, 18 years old, graduating high school as a diesel mechanic, and get a job for $50 to $60 an hour at 18 years old with zero debt and making 6 figures a year. Half the college people that graduate can't say that, right now on that. So I really appreciate that. And, college was always kind of pushed on me and pushed on everybody. Like, if you want to be successful in life, you got to go to college. And I think it's
pushed on them.
Yeah. And back in the day, it was needed, back when, let's say the 70s, 80s, we had a lot of blue collar workers, but we needed more leaders, more educated people as tech started coming, a lot of things. So it was pushed as, this is the way to be successful. This is the way to make more money back then. But now it's the opposite. Now you have a lot of people that go and they get in debt and they can't get out. My sister has been a teacher for 25 years, and she's still paying on her student loans. Still, after 25 years, you're carrying that around. Yes, she had to go do that for that. Yes, you have to go do that to be a doctor or engineer and things. But for the average person out there, man, take a trade. And it's such an open market right now where anybody who learns a trade, you could start a business tomorrow.
And if you want to hear the full episode of that, his is titled What Every Entrepreneur Can Learn from Phil Rogacki, which was an awesome episode.
Yes,
what do we have
absolutely.
Next?
So we just interviewed Rachel Griffith from Windermere Real Estate. She was fantastic.
She was.
Yeah. So I really liked talking to her. She's super bright. And what really inspired me about her was the fact that she had her own business. She was she had her own catering company, and what was it? She catered company, and she was a personal chef. And then,
which is super cool.
Yeah,
because I always see TikToks on personal chefs, usually in like New York City, the big hot spots.
Yeah,
and it's hard work. You're on your feet all day.
Yeah,
making breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But it's not just making simple things like throwing waffles into the toaster. They're making creating food, which
Yeah.
takes hours. So
Yeah.
I give her all of that. I give her props for that.
So
because that's
meanwhile, when she was doing that, she got a real estate license.
yeah.
And then
During the first month of the shutdown for COVID.
yeah, well, actually, I think she got a real estate. Well, yeah, I can't
No,
exactly.
I think it was, correct me if I'm wrong, but March of 2020, and that was when the stay-at-home orders were issued. So I think she got her license March, and then she sold her first house. I believe it was in July. So
Yeah,
she worked
well,
quick.
yeah, she really did. So so let's listen to this because this is my word for her is pivot. And we talk
Yeah.
about this. This is our word for
Yes.
Curb View. I'm going to give her this word pivot.
Yeah.
Because this is just brilliant. Let's listen to her.
Mhm.
Well, 2020, the end of 2019, my son and my mother-in-law had been in real estate. They went to real estate school together, I think in 2018. In 2019, they both really encouraged me to get my real estate license just to have it in my back pocket.
Yeah.
Just get it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
You never know when you're going to need it.
Mhm.
I had bought and sold homes in 2019, and I was going, this would have been really more efficient if I didn't have to, rely on other people to do this. So I said, I'll do it. And I went to real estate school. I got my license in March of 2020, which happened to be when the stay-at-home orders.
Yes.
Wow.
And I couldn't go into people's kitchens anymore.
Mhm.
And we didn't know for how long. But I can tell you that my calendar, which was filled through December, within days, there was nothing left. Everybody canceled. Everybody wanted their deposits back. My catering and private chef business was, a big question mark.
Yeah.
But thank God I
wow.
got my license. And so I said, I'm going to put everything that I can into this. I have to do something. I'm not going to sit at home and knit,
Yeah.
So I went full on into real estate. Everything was done through Zoom at that time,
That's
right?
right.
So I was learning. Sold my first house in July of that year.
Yeah, Rachel is definitely just a powerhouse. She's extremely
is.
independent woman, and I applaud her for everything. I look up to her,
Absolutely.
and she's just
I do.
phenomenal. And it was really neat
Mm.
to hear about a real estate agent, since I mean, some can argue, yeah, not an entrepreneur, but you're still running a business.
That is her own
That is your
business.
business.
That is her
Exactly.
own business.
Yeah.
And she still does catering on the side for family and
Exactly.
friends. So yeah,
So-
she's amazing. So so the name of her episode is Rachel Griffith, The Unstoppable Force, Defining Strength, Success, and the Real Estate Game. So you'll definitely want to watch that. Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah. Next up is Rob with Alltech Gates, and his word for the episode was grit.
Yes.
And when I was writing this down, that is the perfect word to explain his episode.
Yes.
Rob is like, whenever I see him now, it's like he's an uncle to me. Like, I feel like an uncle instinct just because we've done events with him. I've seen him at trade shows. I've seen him outside of the podcast, and I don't even see him as like a client or someone in the industry. I see him as like family.
Yeah.
That's what I
Yeah.
got from him.
Well, because Rob, I've known Rob for many years, and he's a real guy.
Yeah,
He's just an awesome person,
he really is.
and he's a hard worker.
Yeah.
But I'd love to hear about the time that he had in the military.
Yes.
That was inspiring.
Super cool.
Yeah.
And I think it's really neat hearing about the military quite a bit because we speak about it a lot, but we come from, a military, family.
Uh-huh.
So just hearing everyone's stories, it's really neat.
Yeah.
And just how he was in his early 20s, and he had to take watch on oh God, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Like I can't even imagine dealing with that.
You'll have to watch the episode, but
Yeah.
it is really cool.
Yeah.
And then his I think we were talking about his work-life balance.
Yes.
Yeah.
His work-life balance, and then just how in the future what he wants to do after, he retires, which is really neat, and I definitely recommend checking out his episode, which is Every Chapter Counts, Rob's Path to Building Alltech Gates. And we're going to show you a quick little snippet of his episode.
Yep.
My only balance, to be honest, is when I go during the hunting season
Mhm.
is when I
And you completely
then
disconnect.
I just
Yeah.
and then I don't. I still get up every day at 4 because if I'm in Wyoming, I'm ahead, so I can get up at 4 and it's 2 o'clock here, so I can get 40 emails done and everything and still have time to go hunt, and it's still dark outside.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I can do it, but then once I leave, if we're deer hunting or elk hunting wherever we are, I've done all my work before we go, and then the phone's just off.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. So you can have that disconnect.
But that the only time my phone's ever off is during hunting season, and if I'm out fishing, or if I'm on a daddy-daughter date, then I turn the phone off.
Okay.
If we bowl or if we golf or if we just do something,
Yeah.
then I'll turn the phone off.
Yeah.
But
Good.
it's the only time.
Yeah, because I was gonna say with hunting, how do you even get service? Because
You
don't you
don't-
go
yeah.
way out there?
Yeah. So there you don't.
But other than that, my work-life balance is there's no balance. It's work and life. But I look at it as like this: is once I'm done, once I sell the company, once I do everything, that's going to go the complete opposite way.
Yeah.
So I'm good with it. I'll work, 18 hours a day until I'm 70. But at 70, it's going to go the other way, and I'm not going to work at all because I've put the money away. I've done all this. I'm going to sell the company. I'm going to sell the house. And
70.
that's what I plan on getting to.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and that's I may work till I'm 1080. I don't know.
Okay. Well, this has been super fun. I want to hear about another.
Yes.
Who is next?
So one of my favorites is Alicia Anderson, global speaker and disability advocate. So Alicia Anderson, I've known Alicia for for years, and she's in a wheelchair. She's an identical twin, and her sister, she's not in a wheelchair, and they are so cute together, and they're both just both amazing people. But our podcast was just with Alicia, but she blows me away.
Yeah.
Right?
She is
she's
made to be in the spotlight.
right.
Like she
Well, I mean,
it's like
we're not even worthy to have her on our podcast.
no,
I asked
like
her.
she isn't like made just her personality and how she's just so fiery and fun and upbeat. Like she needs to be famous. Like
Oh no. Madison, she is famous.
no, I'm saying, but like movie star,
Oh,
and
yeah.
that kind of stuff.
She is.
I know she's famous right now, but I mean, like, she needs to be like an actress or something. Like, just how she is.
Yes. Oh yeah, for sure. Like she has that quality.
Yeah.
She has that quality, and people are drawn to her.
Yeah.
I mean, she's going all over the world. She
Yeah.
speaks everywhere. I mean, the word that I have for her, and this nails it, is
Mhm.
inspiration.
Yes, I would agree. I
Yeah.
would agree. She
Yeah.
is just an amazing person, and I follow her on Instagram on my personal too.
Yeah.
And just all the, I mean, the huge companies that she's going to be working with soon. And you know what? That's just amazing.
Yeah.
I just send her love, and I'm just,
Yeah.
shouting from the sidelines, like,
Yeah.
you're doing an amazing job.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I'm just you watch her episode.
Yes, watch her.
So, it's called Redefining What's Possible with Alicia Anderson on inclusion and leadership.
Mhm.
So, but watch this little tidbit about her.
Mhm.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
When I can like hit people at that moment, like this girl, and it happens at any spectrum of age, that's the work that I was meant to do. And so do I think I'm going to change the world? No, but I see every time that I have a moment to educate, sparkles are in eyes, and people start identifying and going, I have this, that's my kid, that's my mom, that's my friend, that's me. And they find a space to not want to hide, but to elevate. And that's what I've had to learn in my life. And I'm hoping to help other people get there a lot sooner than I did myself.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's what I'm
I love
doing.
that. She's
That's
only 18.
amazing.
She's only 18, just about to graduate.
Wow. I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
That is so young.
So, but I've done fancy stuff, like
Yeah.
stages that I couldn't believe, from TEDx to literally I was on the New York runway last year wearing the jacket, an adaptive jacket that I helped consult with Target on. It had 15, 20 different features on it, sold online. And, I'm doing really, really cool things. But it is the grassroots stuff that you're really hitting humans at their core that's going to help them elevate. And it might just be being confident enough to look somebody in the eye and say, hey, I am visually impaired and I need a little bit extra help to perform at my highest level. And those are the gifts that I wanted, because I've had a very successful career, but I've had to fight for it. I've had to really, really fight for it. And a lot of that fight has been me masking, like hiding how hard and embarrassing it might be to not fit into spaces that weren't designed for me, and show up anyways.
So I just, even from that snippet, I think even everyone can see that she's a fire.
Yeah.
She's just a power.
She's on a runway.
Yes. Oh, that was so cool.
And she designed that jacket for Target.
That's awesome.
That is badass.
I think that is badass. So yeah, go and watch hers, because
follow her. We'll follow everybody, but
yes.
Especially just
she's awesome.
Yeah.
Moving on, we have Jacob Georgie from House to Home Moving. Yes. Gosh, this was our third episode we did, and the word for it is resilience. And I would agree 100% that is a perfect way to explain that episode. He is an inspiration for the entrepreneurs that want to start out, but think that they have no money and they can't do it. They can't do it. And he really showed everybody that he could do it with little to no money in his pocket.
And he really didn't know much about starting business.
Yeah. He did say that, before going into the House to Home movie, all he had was his truck to do the movie, and it was himself. And I mean, I think most of us can agree, moving, just in general, moving your house, moving all your stuff is a pain in the ass. So imagine doing that for multiple people every day.
No. He's, in fact, I even told him, I said, he's a big reason why I said, okay, let's do this podcast for entrepreneurs, because of him.
Really?
I was like, I mean, there's so many people that have started their business and that have so many struggles. I mean, he definitely had struggles.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I think we need to share.
Yeah.
We need to talk about this.
Yeah.
Because
he absolutely blew me away.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. He's truly inspiring.
Mm-hmm.
And when he talks about how he goes every single morning and puts gas in all the trucks for the guys and has coffee with them. I mean, wow.
I mean, that's not with a lot of entrepreneurs. I mean, even business owners, when you get to a pretty high status to where the business is running itself, you sometimes don't see those owners and the CEOs that are coming out every morning before everybody else is. That's not very rare to see that. So the fact that he kept his morals and his values from the beginning to now is absolutely incredible.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So
for sure.
I definitely recommend checking out his episode, and it is titled Betting on Yourself, Jacob Georgie's All-In Journey to Success. And we're going to be playing back a snippet of his episode right now.
It's just like one foot in front of the other. Like,
right. And then you get hit with things you don't know because you've never been a business owner before. Workers' comp. Guess what? You owe us 60 grand. I'm like, I don't even have 60 grand in the bank. Well, figure it out. You're like, oh my God. So that doesn't happen again.
You figured it out.
Right. Oh yeah.
You figure it out.
You have to figure it out.
Because that makes you stronger for the next one and the next one.
Oh, absolutely. And it makes you more resilient to the next hit coming. I know that sounds funny, but I used to not be able to sleep. Now I sleep like a baby because it doesn't matter. I've realized my whole company could burn down, God forbid. And what am I going to do about it?
Yeah.
So I just hustle, think of the company, keep hustling, keep getting bigger, keep trying to have the same top quality service as we grow, which is like the hardest thing ever. But it works and it's working.
talking about all of these guests we had, it just, all these memories of having them on just keep coming in. And, I'm just so grateful that we had our guest on the show. It was incredible.
Oh yeah, it's fun.
I loved hearing it. Someone that I'm not an entrepreneur. I'm not. I am a partner, but it's a very, very different from being an entrepreneur than to being a partner or business owner. You're the only one who's starting it off. It's you by yourself completely. So anyone who's wanting to start a business, I give all power to you because you are a very powerful person.
Yeah. It takes a lot. I mean, it really does. I mean, you have to be a certain type of person to be able to do it. If you're a 9 to 5, I'm gonna go to work, I'm gonna get my paycheck every 2 weeks. And just I pay my house payment and my car payment, and I'm just gonna just do this, and you're not that person. You're not an entrepreneur. But if you really want to do something special, and when you're hungry, and that's why I talked to Chris about my husband. If you're a hungry person, and you want to do something different, you're an entrepreneur mind.
Yeah, I mean, the way I see it is everyone has their niche. Everyone has their path in life.
Yeah.
And I mean, even talking with some of my friends, a lot of them are 9 to 5. Most of them are 9 to 5. And they'll be asking me, what do you mean you can't go to dinner with us and stuff? It's literally Friday at 8 o'clock. Well, I got to finish this project. I got to finish working. Yeah. And they're like, what do you mean? What do you mean? So try to talk with somebody who's not familiar or doesn't have, a partner or a family member that has been a business owner. It's very difficult. So that is probably one of the strongest things business owners can do is just, keep at it.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
So that was
the very good point. The last guest that we have, and I'm actually glad that we saved him for last, is Harold Presley. He's a former Sacramento King of the Soul Layer. I love Harold. It's amazing. So Harold, he wasn't necessarily an entrepreneur, but he was a huge inspiration for our podcast because his was lengthy, but he really talked about his life starting from childhood to high school, college, and all the way through his career. And it was so inspiring that I'm glad that we had him on our show. His word for that podcast is learn. And he wasn't a good basketball player when he was younger, is what he mentioned. But he was tall and he fit the bill, and he wanted to learn the game and be good at it. So he talks about, and in this clip that we're going to show you, is that one season or that one summer, his mom let him go to 6 basketball camps.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so let's check this out. This is really cool.
So I went to 6 camps that summer just because I wanted to learn. And mom was so wonderful.
And she's like, yeah, do it.
I said, Mom, I don't want anything. I don't want clothes. I don't want anything. I just need one pair of shoes that I can play and one outfit to go to school. Because Catholic school, you had to wear pants and a tie.
Yeah.
So I don't even care what the shirt looks like.
Yeah.
As long as it has a collar,
Yeah.
I will wear it. I just want to go to camps. And she's like, well, we're going to make it happen.
Something about Harold is that, I'm not very familiar with how, the drafting works. And well, I guess from an outsider's point of view, yes. But from somebody that was in it, where, he was sitting with his college basketball players, with his teammates, and they're getting calls. Just that was one of the craziest things I'd ever heard, because I never, you can't really see that.
We're not in that world.
We're not in that world. So, just hearing that, they get calls and it's like, oh, it's an NBA team calling you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm like, what? I'm like, how would you? That's crazy. That like blows my mind because
Yeah.
I'm so not in the world of sports like that, which I would love to be. I mean, I don't know why, I would love to be, but I just have never been in it. So it's just,
Yeah.
gosh,
Yeah.
his story was
His was
unbelievable.
really inspiring. I love the fact that when he talked about his neighbors,
Yeah,
I think that was really cool.
that was
His
cute.
neighbors that were all, all about it, and they wanted to yeah.
Are you talking about when the scouts came to the
Yes,
house?
that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
that was
part.
so
That part.
funny.
So check out his podcast. It's Hoops, Heart, and Hard Decisions, Harold Presley story. And I mean, he played with the big with Michael Jordan and some of the greatest. And you don't remember because those are back in the 80s. I mean, that was before you were born. But people that are my age, I mean, they would really they remember Harold
But
Presley.
even with me not living that, a lot of the players from back then, we still can tell, okay, wow, this was insane. They still bring them up, but I mean, obviously, it's nothing compared to actually seeing it live, back then. So
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool how he mentioned that.
Yeah.
So he was just and such an amazing guy. Like,
But one of the nicest people I've ever met.
I would have to agree. I remember him just walking in and how off the bat he was so unbelievably nice and kind-hearted
Yes.
and just wanted to talk and just wanted to chat. I mean, it was the
Yeah.
cutest thing.
Yeah.
I just
and his faith is
in
super
ours.
strong as well.
Mhm.
And everybody in the office when we were bringing him back to the studio, they were like, "Who is that? Who's that? Who's that?" Because I mean, he's 6'6"
Yeah.
or whatever how
Yeah.
tall he is. I don't remember, but yeah, he's a tall guy.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Who's that basketball player?"
Yeah. Right? Yeah, he was just incredible. So
Yeah, super great guy.
Yeah.
So, but I just want to mention. So we've got Margot Antonello that we just did her podcast. We she's on the Christmas episode. So we don't. We'll
season 2.
she's on our season 2.
Yeah, she's gonna be on our season 2, gonna be released after the first of the year. That's followed up with George Maldonado. Yeah, with Maldonado Pro Wash. And I'm really excited for that one, especially too, because I grew up with George. All the way from, we figured out it was elementary school. So from elementary school all the way to now we're both 25 years old.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So we got
And
that.
that
Yeah.
was
So
cool.
he's the other one that we've also interviewed. So his is coming out as well. And then we've got some other exciting people that are going to be coming on. So we've also got so Tara, she's a mobile bartender. She's going to be coming on.
yeah.
And then we've got a few other really exciting entrepreneurs that are going to be
For
joining us
season 2.
for our season 2.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's going to be really exciting. So, and then so exciting news for From My Vue podcast.
Yes, very exciting. And, we want to take this time to just thank all the clients, all of the clients that I just wanted to thank all the clients that we've had over the years and all of the friends we've made and just meeting new people every day, going from these entrepreneurs, these business owners that are completely outside of the industries we
Yes.
usually work with
Yeah.
and just seeing a whole different point of view. So I'm very grateful that I've had the opportunity to meet the most incredible people and just want to say Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to everyone at home.
Yes.
Um,
Merry Christmas.
from
Happy holidays.
our home to yours.
Yeah. Thank you so
That's
much.
funny.